The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Ada Masai, your host for this hour's news. Join us as we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the African continent. Let's start from Ethiopia. Ambassador Zarihun Abebe, Director General of African Affairs at Ethiopia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, highlights that the upcoming 11th TANA Forum will focus on advancing Africa's strategic interests in regional security and fostering greater collaboration across the continent. Scheduled from 24 to 26 October 2025 in Bahir Dar and Addis Ababa, the forum will convene ministers, technocrats, and experts to deliberate on Africa's key opportunities and challenges in the context of a changing global landscape. Ambassador Zarihun underscored the forum's vital role in shaping Africa's engagement with the international developments, aiming to strengthen policy coordination and promote unified approaches to the continent's security and development priorities. He also pointed out that this year's event will feature a special session dedicated to Horn of Africa envoy discussions, emphasizing Africa's collective effort to address mutual concerns and enhance regional stability and growth.
We will have the session for special envoys. Now, this is for the first time where we will have almost all special envoys working on the Horn of Africa to come together and discuss issues of mutual concern and to compare notes to see how the situation is evolving in this region, especially in the Horn of Africa, so that they exchange views, see commonalities, and discuss the way forward. It is for the first time that we have such kind of gathering.
President Hakainde Hichilema has inaugurated the construction of Zambia's first ever pharmaceutical manufacturing plant, marking a significant step towards improving health outcomes and self-efficiency in medicine production across the country. Located at the Lusaka South Multi-Facility Economic Zone, the plant will enable Zambia to produce over 750 essential medicines, including critical treatments such as cancer therapies, thereby strengthening the nation's healthcare system. President Hichilema, through a speech read by Minister Elvis Nkandu at the groundbreaking ceremony, highlighted that the project aims to improve access to affordable, quality medicines for Zambians. He highlighted that producing medicines locally will significantly reduce reliance on imported drugs, lower costs, and ensure a steady supply of life-saving treatments, ultimately improving health security. Additionally, the initiative is expected to create jobs, foster innovation, and position Zambia as a regional leader in pharmaceutical manufacturing, contributing to better health outcomes for the broader African continent.
They shaped history. They inspired generations. They are the notables.
Spotify has named Nigerian artist Nissi as its Equal Africa Ambassador for October, acknowledging her as a prominent leader in the rising movement of African women excelling in both creative and technical sectors. Fiona Okomu, Spotify's head of music for Sub-Saharan Africa, announced this in Lagos. She highlighted that Nissi exemplifies a new generation of African women who are making significant advances not only in music, but also in fields like science, technology, engineering, and the arts. Okumu pointed out that Nissi, who is also a visual artist and engineer, combines creativity and innovation in her work. Through her innovative approach, Nissi actively promotes women's empowerment in technology and innovation, serving as an inspiring role model for young African women aspiring to excel in various industries, she stated. As a singer and songwriter, Nissi is celebrated for blending Afrobeats, funk, and soul with uplifting, empowering lyrics. In 2023, she released Nobody featuring Fireboy DML, a vibrant hit that merged R&B and Afrobeats into a compelling melodic experience, Okumu added. The AFCFTA Secretariat, in collaboration with the Black Star Experience (BSE) and Africa Tourism Partners (ATP), is excited to announce the inaugural Creatives Connect Africa 2025, the AFCFTA Forum on Tourism, Creatives and Cultural Industries. This pioneering event will be held in Accra, Ghana from November 24 to 26, 2025. Designed as a platform for excellence in creativity, the Creatives Connect Africa 2025 aims to boost the African tourism industry by bringing together creatives from film, music and fashion sectors, along with tourism professionals from across the continent and the diaspora. The forum seeks to promote intra-African business goals, investment opportunities, and marketing strategies within the framework of the AFCFTA, ultimately contributing to the development and diversification of Africa's tourism sector. Participants will engage in master classes with industry experts, policy dialogues for strategic discussions, matchmaking opportunities to foster partnerships in tourism and creative industries, exhibitions showcasing creative talents, and deal-making lounges for film, music, and fashion professionals. Attendees will include talented designers, innovative creatives, and leading tourism officials, as well as representatives from national tourism boards and authorities, all working together to enhance Africa's tourism landscape through creative industries. The Royal African Society's Film Africa 2025, the UK's premier festival dedicated to African and diaspora cinema, will take place from November 14 to 23 in London. Featuring red carpet premieres, screenings, workshops, and panel discussions, the festival opens with My Father's Shadow by Akinola Davis Jr. and concludes with Katanga by Danny Coyote at BFI South Bank. This year's focus is on the Democratic Republic of Congo, highlighting its rich cinematic voice through a selection of features, documentaries, and short films. The festival's implications for the African film industry are significant, as it provides a vital platform for showcasing emerging talent, fostering international collaborations, and promoting African stories to a global audience. Key events include a masterclass with Nollywood icon Kunele Afolayan, a symposium on African cinema and liberation featuring Pedro Pimenta and Sir John Akom Fra, and a tribute to Malian legend Soleiman Cissé, featuring a retrospective and a documentary by his daughter Fatou Cissé. Film Africa 2025 in London will feature 10 days of screenings and events that celebrate African cinema, promote cultural exchange, and support the growth of Africa's film industry globally. Now to business news. At the Babakar Day annual lecture, Dr. George Elombi, Afrexim's Bank's Executive Vice President, highlighted the importance of strengthening African financial institutions to achieve true financial sovereignty on the African continent. Discussing leveraging global Africa's capital for development, he noted Afrexim's role in disbursing over $155 billion in the past decade to support trade, industry, and key systems like PAPSS and the AFCFTA Adjustment Fund. Elombi challenged the view of Africa as a high risk by pointing to the resilience of its economies and stressed the need for more robust financial institutions and secure creditor protections to foster sustainable growth. As global economic conditions change, he urged a renewed focus on enhancing Africa's financial infrastructure by building stronger, more resilient financial institutions across the continent. Finally, during the 2025 World Bank and IMF annual meetings in Washington, D.C., African Development Bank Group President Sidi Ould Tah held discussions with finance ministers from the Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Sudan. The talks centered on addressing economic challenges, debt vulnerabilities, and development priorities, with a particular emphasis on expanding energy access across Africa through the African Development Fund's 17th replenishment (ADF) 17. The ministries commended UNCTAD's leadership and reaffirmed their support for the bank's focus on increasing energy access, industrialization, and private sector growth. They committed to backing ADF 17, with Ghana accelerating subscription payment and co-hosting a pledging session, while other countries pledged additional budgetary contributions. Sierra Leone highlighted the Missions 300 initiative aimed at expanding energy access, and Sudan requested increased support for post-conflict recovery efforts related to energy infrastructure developments. Next, let's check the current weather forecast. That's all for today's Pulse of Africa. Thank you for joining us.